right, when we talk about rates and conversions, there are several different words that we're going to be using, and we have to make sure we understand. The first one is a unit rate. That was one of your vocabulary words. A unit rate is a rate with a 1 in the denominator. Examples of unit rates might be 60 miles in 1 hour. Right? There's a 1 in the bottom. Okay? Or maybe it's $4.50 per 1 gallon of gas. Okay, but they have a 1 in the bottom, so they're called unit rates. All right? Second word I want to talk about today is conversion factor. All right, a conversion factor is a ratio of two different, now let's say of two equal measures with different labels. So for example, 1 foot is 12 inches. This is a conversion factor. Or maybe 1 hour is 60 minutes. Again, they are the exact same, right? They are equal, but they have different labels. What could be another one? How about if I said 60 seconds is 1 minute? That's a good one. That's a unit rate. That's not a conversion factor. So remember that they have to be of equal to be a conversion factor. We are going to be using both of these today. Okay? I want to start by talking about your unit rate. For the very first problem in your homework today, you have to use a unit rate. So that's what I want to start with. So here is example number 1. We use unit rates anytime we're going to make a comparison between something. So for example, let's say in Deckerville, there are 3,000 people in, sure, let's go with 10 square miles. Sounds great. All right. But then if we go to the next town, let's say in Sandusky? All right, Sandusky it is. Sandusky, and you guys know these numbers aren't correct, right? Okay, there are 7,360 people in 15 square miles. All right, so here is your question. Which city is greater per square mile? All right, so we're going to start with Deckerville. Now, we're doing people per square mile, so we're going to start with this one, 3,000 people for 10 square miles. So we have Deckerville is 3,000 people divided by 10 miles. If we divide that, we're going to end up with a unit rate. which will be 300 people in each square mile. Does everybody agree? Okay, so now we're going to do Sandusky, the same thing. So here's Sandusky. We're going to take 7,360 people and divide by 15 square miles. So everybody grab their calculator and divide that for me. Good. All right. And that's people in each mile. So, which city has a greater number of people per square mile? Sandusky does. No. But this is exactly what you're doing for the first problem in your homework. It's comparing two towns, and they just want to know which one's more populated, okay, per square mile. Any questions? Well, we got to go to the next part. I know. Yeah, we really do. So now we're going to talk about conversions. And I'm going to ask you to do this in this way because once you learn it this way, it is how Mrs. Olmsted does it in chemistry class. So this way you are learning how to do it correctly now, right? We make sure we understand it before you get down the road to chemistry and you have any problems, okay? All right, so when we are doing conversions, what I mean by conversions is maybe we are changing 4.5 hours into minutes. We're changing something, right? Or maybe we're changing 2.5 miles into feet. Or we're changing the amount of time into seconds. Those are all conversions. When we do it, we're going to do what I call the ladder method. We're going to draw a line. It doesn't really look like a ladder, but this is how it kind of starts. Do a line. The first section right here is our given information. The next section is where we're going to put our conversion factor. Now, sometimes you need more than one conversion factor, which means you would have to do another conversion factor. When you have it converted to the right label, we're going to put a second line, and then we're going to multiply the top multiply the bottom, and divide last. All right? Here is example number 2. So this is what you are doing for 11 through 22, or I'm sorry, 12 through 22. All right? So when you looked at it, 12 through 22 should look like this. It's going to ask you to convert, how about, let's go 2.5 pounds to ounces. All right, so the first thing we do is we draw our ladder. In the first section is where our given information goes, which is 2.5 pounds. Now we're going to put a conversion factor. Does anybody know how many ounces are in 1 pound? 16. Very good. Now, here's the important part of this. I know there are 16 ounces in 1 pound. but what goes where? If pounds are on the top, I need to put pounds on the bottom. Okay? So I'm going to have 16 ounces on the top and 1 pound on the bottom. That's my conversion factor. You'll notice that now this label of pounds will cancel. It's like cross-reducing. Right? You can cancel the top and the bottom. And now the label we have is ounces, and that's what we want, right? So I'm going to draw a second line here. We're going to multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom, and divide. So go ahead and grab your calculator and multiply 2.5 times 16. 40. So we have 40 ounces. On the bottom, it would be 1 times 1, or 1. So do we have to divide by 1? It's going to be the same, right? All right, so we have converted it into ounces. Questions? How are we doing? Everybody doing okay? Yes, Remington. No. As I said, they're going to get harder, so I need you to do them, even the easy ones, this way, so that when they get to the harder ones, you understand the process and why, so that you can do those correctly as well. Okay? Thank you. There's a specific reason I'm asking you to do this. I'm trying to help you.
Can we do a few more examples?
We're going to do several more examples. Example number 3. Let's say I want to do, let's say I have 3.5 days. And let's convert that to, how about minutes? All right, so we're going to draw our ladder. On the top is my given information, which is 3.5 days. My conversion factor. Do I know off the top of my head how many minutes are in a day? No. So what we need to do is go from days to hours, and then hours to minutes. So our first conversion factor is there are 24 hours in 1 day. What do you mean? Okay. So why did I put days on the bottom again? Yeah, so we can cross-reduce the labels. So now technically I'm in hours, right? But I'm still trying to get to minutes. How many minutes are in an hour? 60. So what should I put on top, minutes or hours? Minutes. So we're going to put 60 minutes on top with 1 hour on the bottom. And you will notice my hours cancel. So now I'm at minutes. That's what I want. So I'm going to draw a second line here so that I know I get to multiply now. And we're going to go ahead and multiply across the top. 3.5 times 24 times 60. 5,040 minutes. 3.5 days, yeah. Okay. Let's try another one. I want to get a little bit tougher. Example number 4. What's wrong, Lex? It'll get better, I promise. All right. How about let's do 3 quarts, 2 liters. All right. So here is the one thing I want to point out. Quarts are our standard measure. Liters are metric. Right? So we don't know those conversion factors, but lucky for you, if you turn to page 814 in your book, there is a list of all of those conversion factors for you. I also took a screenshot of that page and posted it in Google Classroom. 814, yes. So here we go. Our given information of 3 quarts goes in the first box. I need to do a conversion factor, and I'm going to have to find a conversion factor of quarts to liters.
There's 0.946 liters.
Yes, in 1 quart. Should I put my quarts on the top or the bottom? So 1 quart is 0.946 liters. You have to have this ladder for everyone today. Your quarts will cancel. So here, I'm to liters, so I can go ahead and draw my line. This just means that you've got, it's kind of like saying equals, right? Sideways equal sign type of thing. So then we're going to go ahead and multiply. 3 times 0.946. Good. And that's liters. All right, so these don't seem too bad, right? But why do you think it is that in our given information column, there's 2 boxes there?
I'll tell you in a second.
Because there's going to be more information. So let's try one of those. Example number 5. Example 5. This is going to be closer to what you are doing for 24 through 30. We are going to convert 35 miles in 1 hour to feet per minute. Oh, okay, thank you. All right, so you'll notice we now have 2 pieces of information in our given, right? Isn't that exciting? All right, so we are going to start by our given information goes in our first boxes. 35 miles in 1 hour. So we're going to start by changing miles to feet. So in my first conversion factor, to get rid of miles, I have to put that on the bottom, and feet is going to go on the top. How many feet are in 1 mile? Very good. 5,280 feet is in 1 mile. So now you'll notice my miles cancel. What is the label I have right now? Right now we have feet per hour. Exactly. What do we want? Good. Feet per minute. So we got to do another conversion factor. All right. Now if hours are on the bottom, to get rid of hours, I have to put it where? On the top. Very good. So 1 hour is 60 minutes. So now my hours cancel. Now you'll see we're in feet per minute. Yes. So we're going to multiply across the top. So 35 times 5,280 times 1 is 184,800. I'm going to multiply across the bottom. Sorry about that, guys.
Oh, I think you're pulling this one out of over homework.
No. Yeah, I'm sure. 1 times 1 times 60, so I have 60 down here, and then we have to divide. Yes, we get 3,080. And what is my label? Feet per minute. Very good. Feet per minute. All right. So again, setting up in the ladder, as these gets a little bit tougher, it's going to be easier for you if you start right from the beginning, okay? So there should be, other than the very first problem, which is just unit rates, the rest of them should all have a ladder. Now, we are doing page 119 to 120. Actually, it's more 119. 10 through 30 even. So it's 11 problems, that's it. Only 11, okay? And again, I want to remind you that I did post the conversion factors. If you don't want to use your book, I posted those in Google Classroom as well, okay? Right there, 10 through 30 even. Okay? Number 10 is doing a unit rate and comparing. 12 through 30 are conversions. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. All right, ELCB, Park, trying these out. If you got a question, I'm here to help you, right? Okay, I will be downloading this video, so it is available for you to review. The notes will be there. Okay? If you have any additional questions, it is there, or it will be there when I get done.
I wish we were just more smart. Wouldn't that be great?
That'd be awesome.